That's all you got in Philly. And Ben's not an equal trade the way it is today for James Harden. So when we look at these things happening, if what we are supposed to hear is true, there's only two real possible players, and that would be Miami and Boston. The Knicks don't have enough. The Nets are not doing it. Washington already made their trade. So you think about it. So, process of elimination, if we go through different teams, Milwaukee has no one to give. They already signed this school to a supermax. Can't have two supermaxes.
Nope.
So you got to think about it. And he is coming east because the West is just too hard. The West has just gotten too hard in his mind. Because I think him, Boogie, and John Wall, if given a month to see how it works out, that's three superstars. But again, microwave society, everybody wants things right away. Nobody wants to, watch the soup cook. They want to put it in the microwave and burn their tongue on it. So I'm not exactly sure, what's going to happen in that respect. But I just don't. I know he's out of there. And D, to your point, yeah, it's the spoiled athlete. But I keep telling y'all, man, spoiling starts with parents, not with kids.
Good point. Yeah,
do that.
So
that's one of the things that I always say when we discuss certain players. It's like I understand they're at fault, but at the same time, you gotta look at these organizations. They allowed it. You know what I'm saying? So this is Houston's mess. The way that he's acting very Antonio Brownish like, and forcing his way out with these quote unquote antics, these alleged antics. If they're true or not, I guess we'll see. I just seen he got fined $50,000. So we'll see how long this stuff adds up real quick. And I also seen that he said that it wasn't a strip club or whatever the case may be. Man, I miss the days.
Strip club. I don't care. I mean,
yeah, I miss the days of. I miss the days of just sports, man. We talk about everything that's happening on the court, man. All of this soap opera, General Hospital
storyline.
It's tight. The Vince McMahon way of living, man. This ain't man. I told Kev, man, I hate it here, B. This shit sucks ass, B. It's crazy. We gotta sit here. We open up talking about James Harden, like.
Dog, I know I sound like the old guy, man, but I do wish that I miss the days of not knowing what they was going on. You know, understand what I'm saying? Like, they showed up to the Garden, we playing ball. We didn't know, so I mean,
until they make a Last Dance documentary of what happened years ago.
You remember the Indiana player back in the day, Indiana Pacers wanted to left the playbook on the bus or something. Yeah, it got in the hands of somebody.
Malik Sealy. We say names up on here, kid.
Yeah, God rest the dead. Malik Sealy, he left the boy. But those are the stories. You didn't hear about that until at least until the 4 o'clock hour, or the time up to the tip off 6 o'clock.
And, what I'm saying? And Malik was a good dude, man. He was just young, man.
Yeah.
But I want to say one other thing real quick. So
I missed them days. Go ahead, D.
So and this is why when I guess for an older guy, I think something that happens that's positive. And I got 2 police officers and a genius in the room with me right now. So, we talking about when you hear too much, you hear the truth, right? The more people talk, the more you hear what the real deal is, right?
Deal.
You got James Harden, right? And if it is that bad and the dude was that crazy, why the hell would James Morey, right? It's Morey, right?
Darrell Morey, yeah.
Darrell Morey, excuse me. Why would he even, though I heard that's not true, they even considered it, but, why would you even think about it if that cat was doing all that when you was there? Like, you would be like, man, fuck him.
Right.
Can't come here.
Yeah.
Can't come here, So you don't know, what I'm saying, until you know. So I'm just trying to listen to all the stories, you know, at least for that side stuff. But on the court, I mean, James Harden can play. He's shown in his career, not lately. He was with OKC. He played defense, you know, and I think maybe going to a place like Miami where Pat Riley is not going to roll out the red carpet for you, and you got to come into the practice facility at a certain weight every day, or you get, you know, fined, you know, is a place that he needs to be just for him. But we don't know what's true and what's not true until he leaves. So whenever he leaves. Right now, he's there. He's getting fined. His team has COVID, and I think we should move on to dudes that are actually playing basketball.
Agreed. The NBA has kicked off last night. Let's talk about the couple of games last night that went down. The opening, Brooklyn played against Golden State. Brooklyn went out there and beat on Golden State yesterday. Trying to find out. It wasn't even really.
It was a 20 plus, but Wiseman played well. That kid's gonna be very serious, man.
Yeah. Brooklyn was up as much as 30 points in the game.
I think 38
last night.
Was up, yeah.
Okay, I mean, it was so much so I turned it off, man, because it was just like I'll wait till the next game. And but KD looked like he didn't even have an injury. I mean, he looked about the best I ever seen somebody coming back from Achilles injury. He looked very, very sharp. Him and Kyrie, the 1-2 punch, man. You could say whichever way you want to say it. You can say Kyrie 1, D2, or Durant 1 and Kyrie 2. Whatever way, it doesn't matter. They have two prolific scorers. Both of them can score. And like D said, we said earlier, the Nets have two teams. And that bench, them guys coming off the bench, them dudes, they can score at will.
Let me point this out, D. D-Dubb. I was getting ready to say that the Nets bench is deep, and that's why I was saying, don't trade for James Harden. Stay pat with what you got. Bert, I love how that dude plays, man. He's coming off the bench, man, and he's bringing that serious energy off the bench. The Nets went deep into the playoffs. If you think about it, the playoffs just the as I said in my opening, the finals ended 73 days ago, and when the Nets were doing their thing in the playoffs, man, they played really with a lot of energy. I like what Brooklyn got, and hopefully they just can keep it up and keep going. And kudos for them for winning last night. And KD and Kyrie Irving. Like I said, we talk about stuff that's in the thing on the court, and what them guys did last night was pretty cool. Like D-Dubb said, you don't even look like Kevin Durant had an injury. Let me flip it on the other side, guys. What do y'all think about, Draymond Green wasn't there last night. Steph was there. I'm going to ask a question. It's not a hot take. But Steph Curry, is he something with his...
Yeah, say it, Kev. Get it out. Spit it out.
Yeah, what you beating around the bush, man? I'm like, come on,
it's
man.
Okay. He might come in the door. I don't care if he did come in the door. Say what everybody's thinking.
Is he the man by himself, or does he need?
Oh no, he will. He'll show that. I don't think Kurt knows how to coach that right now. I don't think Kurt knows how to coach. I don't think he knows how to coach that right now, because the kid Wiseman.
I'm a pioneer.
Wiseman is born. He can play.
No.
What
the hell is that?
I don't know. That was a commercial by accident. My bad.
Yeah, the revival. Yeah, but I mean, Wiseman played well last night. Showed he got a lot of game. I think once Draymond gets there, because they usually ran the pick and roll with him and Draymond.
Right.
So once him and Draymond get back, then we'll see what that turns into. But the two wild cards, and I don't know if it's wild, good or bad, would be Kelly Oubre and buddy from Canada that was with Minnesota. What's the dude's name?
Wiggins.
Man? Wiggins. It's the thing where you got to see them what they're going to do. I would have been far, far more excited had they kept what's the dude that ran the little Swaggy P that played for the Nets?
Russell.
Yeah,
D'Angelo
then
Russell.
I would have The reason why is because D'Angelo Russell is a bucket getter. He'll go out and get buckets. So if you crowding in on Steph, you know, D'Angelo is going to get Steph open because he's a bucket getter. Wiggins is not a bucket getter, and I don't know if Oubre's a bucket getter. So
Wiggins did not play as good as, I mean, he looked like, I don't know what he looked like. Actually, he doesn't look good. And Oubre, I like Oubre. Oubre is full of energy, running up and down the court. I like him. I think he's gonna be straight. To get to Kevin's original about Steph Curry, I think Steph Curry is good with, you know, when he has his supporting cast, when he got another guy on, you know, like Klay Thompson on the other side who could shoot lights out. So, you know, is Steph Curry the guy that could take a team and put it on his back and lead? I don't think so. I don't know what y'all think. I don't think he could do that. Now, is he a comparable piece? Absolutely.
Well, I will say this. To answer the question is simply, I don't know, because we have never seen Steph Curry without his supporting cast for an extended period of time. So to even answer that question just based off of one night is crazy. These guys, look, man, these guys, you got a new big man. You got Wiggins, who's been an outcast seemingly everywhere he's been, and you got Oubre, who didn't. I mean, he was shadowing Kyrie all night, so I don't know. He probably didn't have his legs under him or whatever. They didn't play well. Golden State didn't play well, and this is basically a brand new team. Didn't have Draymond. I don't think Draymond would have. I don't think he would have made a difference at all. But
too much.
Yeah. But I don't know. Me personally, I don't think that a shooter. This is just me personally. I don't think, and I'm only saying it because I've never seen it. Somebody, if one of y'all have seen it, just please chime in. But I have never seen a shooter dominate a game by himself. It's usually a guy that is a slasher that can do other things. That's a playmaker to do it over. You know, you got Buddy,
a slasher mid-range guy,
right?
Mid-range game,
right. And that's not to diminish Curry whatsoever. No. Curry is great in his own right. He's changed the game with his shooting. However, can you sustain that over 72, 82 games? I don't know, but I don't think so. Because you gotta have, regardless of what you are, you gotta have the right pieces around you. So we'll see.
Yeah, so in that regard, I'm with you. I just believe that, and I'm not, like you're saying, I think it's the best answer to give is we don't know. I think there's places on the court where guys can open them up, you know, because remember, for him to do well, you know, he's a dagger dude, right? You're down by 3, hits one, now they're up by 1. Or they're down by 10, he hits one from half court, now they're down by 13 and the crowd's jumping all over the place, which is not happening, you know, in the environment we're in. But again, you know, pick and roll situations. Again, my thing is this, and this goes back to something I always say, and I'm going to stop on this. All these cats that get these, you're the best coach to ever do it, super coach. We'll see if Steve Kerr's a great coach now. Because he had a great team, and he won with a great team. Now you don't have a great team. Now you better be a great coach. So we'll wait and see, you know, and that's what I'm
see how it plays out.
That's what I'm looking for. Because, quick example, last night with the Nets, the biggest move that people are not talking about is the fact that Jacques Vaughn is still there, right? He was with the team before.
You said
highest paid assistant coach. And Spencer Dinwiddie still starts. Locker room. Spencer Dinwiddie still starts. So it's not the whole new crew coming in running the team. Spencer's with those dudes. Now the team's together. You bring that in. Right? Because they could have got rid of Spencer or put him on the bench and put Joe Harris to start. Or they could do anything. They needed Spencer because he's the old-time net at all those dudes.
Correct.
He was the dude holding down the team when it was him and D'Angelo putting up 30 and 30. You know what I'm saying? So his respect level is already there. And by them throwing that to him, like, nah, dog, you still starting. That goes a long way for this team going forward, man. Believe me, it goes a long way. I think they'll be just fine, but it's a long season.
Yeah,
it is a long season.
I just want to say, I know again, it's one game, but boy, does Brooklyn look fucking great. yo, man, yo. I'm gonna tell y'all, man. I got this hat on. I got this hat when Brooklyn first started out or whatever, when they first moved to Brooklyn or whatever. And I know it's not the official colors, but it's official now because it's on my damn head. Anyway, yo, man. If you look at the players that they have, like touching back on what DA said, you have guys that's been there, that knows, what it's like to grind. Okay. You have, you got your leaders now, your KDs and your Kyries. Okay. They wasn't awarded success right out the gate. So they had to grind too. Right. When
True.
you have a collection of people like this that is hungry, that is buying into whatever the system is, the sky is the limit. If like DA said too, like all y'all said, you got basically two teams there. Okay. When there's no we don't want to take KD out because when we put him on the bench, the lead is going to evaporate. I don't see that happening. Even if they have two guys injured, you still got, like you said, you still got Karis LeVert, you got Jarrett Allen, you got old man Jeff Green. I mean, man,
the team is deep.
The team is deep. You got youth, you got a ton of experience, and you got one hungry dude that is back to get his crown, and that is Kevin Durant. Now, he didn't shoot the lights out last night, but he was still very, very effective. Everybody, when he got that ball, all eyes was on him. So it's gonna be a very, very, very interesting season.
And what looked good is that he scored, but it didn't look at the expense of anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like it came in the flow of the game. So I was impressed. Kevin's also. What about the Lakers? I didn't really watch too much of the Lakers, and the Clippers I saw way off. P did this thing last night where he had like 34.
Yeah. 33.
33. I don't. Kawhi had 20 something. And I'm not even sure what the other side had, the Lakers.
They look like trash to me. From the highlights I saw, they look like trash.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna miss Rondo though. I'm guaranteeing you that.
Yeah.
They're gonna miss letting that dude go. So pace, man. I'm from New York City, man, and in New York City, everybody's a point guard. And if you ain't got a point guard that's making sure you have pace, because you just can't run up and down the court 80 times a game, man. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, man. So,
sure enough.
Kawhi, he was he played 34 minutes, had 26 points. Poor George, PG had a pretty good game, man. He had 33 points. What was his shooting here? Field goal attempts. He was 13 of 18 from the field.
That's real efficient.
He was very efficient last night. He played pretty good, man. He just got a new contract, and the Lakers. I watched the first quarter a little bit, and they was up, and they look pretty good. But we live in a society again where everything is. It's only one game out of how many they playing now? What, 72 now or 60?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's.
And one thing I will say, one thing about Mr. LeBron James, aka Buddy, is that the man he's mastered pacing, and they got their rings last night, but he's not ready to put on no show opening night. He knows that this is a grind. You know what I'm saying? And it looked like it. It looked like they didn't look enthused at all. They was more enthused getting the rings than they was the actual game. And we are the protectors of the fans. So I will say this: the only thing with that is that, man, people are watching you. You the best in the game, and they expect you to bring your A game every night. And I will say this too about the Lakers. They have new pieces that they trying to You know, they trying to work
great.
in. Gasol didn't have not 1 point.
Yeah.
Caldwell Pope is doing Caldwell Pope things. I mean, Schroeder, however you pronounce it, Schroeder. He had a pretty decent game. He almost had a triple double.
Yeah, he can play though.
Yeah, so he didn't shoot very well, but he was very engaged. He was probably the most engaged guy out there to me. But we'll see.
Let's talk about that real quick. The NBA being a grind. I think absolutely within the last maybe 10 to 15 years, the regular season has lost a lot of oomph. Players don't expect, well, you know, with the whole load management thing, and I don't want to make it too much of that, but the whole load management thing, and they're thinking that it's just too much. You know, the regular season doesn't get a lot of kudos.
Kev,
go ahead.
I won't even go load management, dog. Dudes ain't playing defense, man. People, no, I'm dead up. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, people are not paying money to go to an arena where the halftime score is 70-70. As much as people would like to believe all people like to do is see people shoot, then why do they count blocks? Why do they count defense if it doesn't matter?
Right.
People like to see the defense. That's all. It's very simple. You can load manage whoever you want if the score is 55-50. Because I really never, ever, this is some TV shit. I never heard no shit like that when I was a kid. Oh, man, they're mad because the Knicks and the Celtics, the halftime score was 48-46.
Yo, that's that ESPN stuff, bro.
But no one ever said that.
Until ESPN. Yo, you're right. The regular fan, the regular everyday fan never said that. We was cool with that because it was defense. These dudes on this TV, I'm telling you, man. And once the money started rolling in, these dudes started talking about, oh, this is a hard game to watch and yeah. Listen, dog. I appreciate the defensive effort. I appreciate the bad boy Pistons. I appreciate the Pistons of what? The 2000, early 2000s.
You know what it is, D, is that, like you said people don't appreciate the defense because they don't know what that means.
Yeah,
Casual fans, so like if real basketball dudes play 2K, right? The casual fan would be playing that other game where you like the ball used to turn into a rocket and you would shoot it from half court. He's on fire. You know,
NBA Jam.
Yeah. It's not even a real game, right? So
yeah.
That's the analogy I make because people that know basketball know that this is supposed to happen. And that's males and females that watch the sport. My mother, and I tell Kev all the time, she tell me all the time about defense and making free throws. Like, that's the stuff she's like into. You know, and if you're not doing it, then you're not playing the game as she knows it. So with that being said, we can't have 70-70 though.
D, the same thing happened in hockey. They got so mad at the New Jersey Devils for zone trapping.
The neutral zone trap.
Neutral zone trap. They were so disgusted with that because they didn't like because people couldn't score.
Dump and chase.
They didn't like it.
That's why we know hockey on here.
Same thing with baseball. They don't want what was it? The shift.
Yeah.
You know.
I know it's football.
Just,
it's all lies in football. All lies. Don't need a running back. Don't need a defense. All you need is a quarterback.
Yeah. And they flip flop every other week.
I'll say this about the talking heads. Now, I guess we're considered talking heads too. Now that we come on basically every week.
We got talking heads with sense though. That's what I was.
We're talking heads with sense. I honestly think guys get on there, like you said, to get the money, and they try to reinvent the wheel. And I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way. No, what are we talking about? Who wants to see a 40? Yo, those niggas, those games wasn't hard to watch. Those were great games to watch. First team, what did we used to say back then? First team to 90.
First team to
probably.
First team to 100. First team to 90.
when Indiana and the Knicks used to play those vaunted, really great playoff games in the '90s, we used to say, "Hey man, tonight, first team in the '90s, man, is gonna win."
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be it.
That meant that your defense needed to come to play and hold the opposing team under 90 points. You held them under 90 points, you win the game.
Well, like Eric said, right? So if you're playing defense, you look engaged because you don't get to run back down the court like you're not doing anything. You got to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're picking up, you're getting up, you know? So, you know, you get scored on, you score on someone back. You know, you go do it. I mean, for guys to not play defense and have people tell them that that's fine is ruin the game. You know, I mean,
you're just talking. You're just an old man who's over the age of 50.
Yes. Yeah, I got a son that just played in college, and if he didn't play defense, they wouldn't win.
Well,
he played D1 college ball. You don't play no defense, you don't win. It happens in every sport, man. If there wasn't, there wouldn't be an offense and a defense. It'd just be offense. Pretty simple.
Every sport.
Even
boxing. Hey man, you can go out there and swing all you want to, but you might want to guard your grill.
That Money Mayweather hits you with that shoulder roll and catch you with that right.
Yeah.
You know, defense to offense.
Turn your lights out quick.
You know,
real quick.
Yeah, so it should be a good season, though, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's gonna be a good season, and you know, I don't want to hear nobody crying about, we just finished playing 73 days ago. Nope, this is what y'all wanted to do. Y'all wanted to play this last season. It's played. It's done. It's over with. Let's go. Let's put your big boy pants on, and let's go ahead and go out there and let's get it on.
Run it back. Right.
Let's run it back like how we used to say back in the day, man. But I'm gonna transition real quick. We're gonna have to get to this because this was a real heated discussion this weekend. And oh my goodness, Darrell D-Dubb Warren, man, he was madder than the devil when it came to this.
Madder than two mofos. Yeah.
Eric, you have something to say?
No, I'm just waiting to black out the screen if you're going the way I think you're going.
Oh no. Well, I don't know if you're gonna, but I'll just say it anyway. So, the NCAA college football has announced.
Nope. No, I'm done. I'm out. Fuck out of
here. The NCAA college football Final Four has announced their 4 teams. They announced Alabama to be number 1, Clemson to be number 2, Ohio State to be number 3, and Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, to be number 4 and play in the college football Final Four. We will start with D-Dubb. Your thoughts on any of this?
Kev, this is trash, man. This is why I hardly watch NCAA college football, man, because of the foolishness that goes on. You got Ohio State, who only play. How many games have they played? 4 or 5? 7. Then you got Notre Dame, who got smoked Saturday afternoon, and they still get the opportunity to still be considered in for the championship game.
Money.
And it's all about the money, man. And we got all these teams. Now, back in the day, after a loss like that from Notre Dame,
you get dropped about 8.
Thank you. Thank you. No more, Kev. I'm done. Go ahead. Next. Yeah, you guys can take over.
Man.
I got no more to say.
I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, man. Man. They got to go back. This current system that they got, this is trash, B. I'm sorry. If we're gonna keep on having these same teams, when you got teams that are 10-0, what? I'm gonna just ask this, right? It's all about the money, right? You might as well go ahead and cut. You need to go ahead and shave this down to the same 20, 35 teams that is always in contention every year. Okay, the Coastal Carolinas and the Rutgers. I mean, it's not Rutgers, but you get what I'm saying. These teams do not have a chance to play for a title, even though they do their job and beat everybody that's on their schedule. So why even bother talking about them? Why even bother? You might as well you got your SEC teams, you got your half of your Pac-10, your 3-4 from the ACC, and Big 10 and Big 12, whatever. And you might as well shave it down to about 30 teams and have at it after that. Because this is Notre Dame.
Yeah, are you serious? Yeah.
And they were number 2. They lost to Clemson, who was what, number 3, number 4 at the time?
Mm-hmm. They got smoked.
Well,
5 years ago, they would be ranked number 10 right now. 5 years ago, after a loss like that.
The reality is that it's about the money. Notre Dame, I'm going to come into light for this one. Notre Dame has a very, 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 very rich alumni. And like I said, they like the Cowboys. If they even get close, they're the best team ever. I remember, and I like Mike Golick, the year they were going to play Alabama. Oh, they got a chance. And Alabama stomped the fucking mud hole in their asses by the first quarter. The game was over, right?
Yeah, it was over. Done.
They're different. You know, the players are different. They're just different. And they've been talking about this for years on different shows, or maybe it was just, what's the guy, the SEC guy with the bald head?
Paul Feinbaum.
Yeah, have been saying like, yo, look, they've been floating, let's let the Power 5 teams have their own conference.
Which is a made-up name or vernacular that
you guys
is made up. Go ahead.
Yeah, but they're just saying, listen, SEC, ACC, Big 12, Big 10, Pac-10, that 5, right? Y'all go have your own thing, right? So then we can have, schools like, Coastal and other Division I institutions have their own tournament to play in, right? Because the next tournament after the FBS tournament, which is this big one, is the 1AA tournament. There's not a 1A tournament for App State, Coastal Carolina. Those are 1A schools, right? They got to have something for them, right? And then you get the 1AAs, which is the next set of schools, because they got their championship. D2 has their championship and D3 has theirs. Matter of fact, the NAIA has theirs, but there's a group where, like you would say, the UNC Charlottes, would be at that group of schools, App State, Liberty. They don't have anything, man. So all they can hope to do is win enough games to go to a bowl game and get some of that paper. But you'll never get to be champion, and the reality is, maybe they shouldn't, right? Because for the most part, if you ever go to an App State game, walk on the sideline and see how big those kids are. Next week, go to a North Carolina State game, not even a real good team, and you'll see the difference in the kids from North Carolina State to App State, and you'll be like, ooh, okay, I know where you're coming from, because and until I went and actually saw it, I was like, oh, yeah, that dude there, he's a giant. Like
6'3", 6'5", 6'4".
Man, dude,
I went to a game one time in South Carolina, in Columbia. It was like, wow, those are big kids.
Yeah, so just from going there to say South Carolina State, the size of the kids is like totally off. And that's why they have to pay those little schools to get their ass beat, in the beginning of the seasons. Those schools don't belong playing with Alabama. And I keep it 100. Alabama pays more for your kid to be there. They have better facilities to be there. They got better gyms, better food, better white girls, better everything. That's what I'm saying. So the point I make to you is they don't belong in the same thing, but we got to stop pretending like this is an equal opportunity situation, because it's
but
not.
then we need to do something different here. Then.
let me point this out. D-Do, hold on 1 second. Let me get in here because I've been very passionate about this. It's almost like the other schools, like the Coastal Carolinas and App States and things of that nature. It's like they're presenting these guys with a glass ceiling. Yeah, you can win, you can be all you can be, and then when it's really time to be all you can be,
no, you can't.
Nothing.
Right.
It's kind of like with the whole Charlie Brown and Lucy with the football, man. You know what I'm saying? So either you're gonna let them in. I agree with DA. Hey, set up something. You know, you can Power 5. Y'all go off on y'all own, do your thing, and then the other guys can do their thing. But stop pretending that this is
like these schools are in the same.
They have an equal playing field, and it's not.
Because this is not right. So my thing is,
go ahead.
You guys separate them and do something so it's different, so we can see something different. Because
stop getting the money for it. I'll go back to the App State Michigan game when App State beat Michigan that Saturday. I'll never forget, 6 years ago. I was like, whoa, this is gonna be a game changer. Because what's happening now, right? Some of these Power 5 schools, they don't want to play Coastal Carolina and App State and stuff like that because they know that's their Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they're coming for you. They're coming to play.
And especially depending on when you got them, right? Your schedule pans out. Might be the second game of the year. You play LSU the first game, got beat up a little bit because they beat you, and now you got to play App State. That's a real good school. You know, like they got one or two dudes that could be playing with you, you know, or for instance, the running back at Cincinnati left Alabama, which means that this kid was good enough to be recruited by Nick Saban,
right?
But he left
to probably play more.
Yeah, to play more. You know, so guys, again, it's the players know, the coaches know, everyone knows, maybe even some of the fans know. With the internet, these kids know, man. Like if you got 8 kids from Charlotte or 10 kids from Charlotte, you graduate the same year. And, you know, 6 of them go to big schools and the other 4 or 5 go to, you know, UNC Charlotte, Liberty, Coastal, and App State. They're good players now, but they're not like those dudes that went to Clemson and Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not like them. And they know it. The kids know it. It's not a bad thing to not beat them because, you know, the NFL thing is different. The NFL just takes whatever the best are. So if you turn yourself into the best, by the time you get to, you know, a senior year at, you know, directional Michigan like AB, you will be a pro because they don't care. They're not beholden to anybody, pro football. They just want the best. So, you know, they're going to have to do something sooner or later, man, or, you know, it'll just be more of a joke. So
because why watch? Why watch? You have the same people in it every day. And I hear the talking head says nobody wants parity. You want the super team.
Yo,
see,
man,
that's that bullshit they try to feed you, man. That's why I don't eat that shit.
Then why do we have a March Madness then? Why do we have a March Madness where you can get Dayton to upset this one, or Xavier to beat Georgetown, or Davidson to beat this school and beat Georgetown? Because in basketball, 5 seniors beat 4 freshmen all the time. 5 seniors will beat Zion and 4 of his friends without having a 7-footer.
Mm-hmm.
All day long.
You know, but you can't do that with 53 dudes, man, or 100 and whatever it is. Because those 12 dudes that Alabama throwing out there will all be in the NFL next year. All.
Every last one.
NFL. Every last one.
Every last one.
You got one kid that might get a chance. Can't compete.
1 minute, everybody. Dorian gave his how he will fix college football. I'll get back to him and say, Eric and D-Dubb, what do you think can be done to fix college football where, you know, it can be on an even playing field? E?
First of all, you gotta get them. Let me use some choice words here. First of all, you have to change the mentality of the people that's running the show, man. Because if it's all built around money, it's not going to go anywhere. So you got to get some people in there that wants change first and foremost. And secondly, I kind of agree. Like I said, man, I think you should separate them. You know what I'm saying? And I think too with the money, and that's see, I'm all over the place. That's another thing with this money, right? It has messed up a lot of these conferences where you had a Maryland in the ACC or whatever, and then these guys move so they could get more money in the conference that they in now. It's stuff like that. I understand everybody's trying to get their money, their pockets right, and this and that, the third, but at the same time, you are hurting the integrity of the overall sport. You know what I'm saying?
And fuck, that money don't go to the kids.
Yeah. I will say this too. To any kids that is playing football, playing any sport, man. Just because I know Alabama is in football, they're on TV all the time, and then the SEC got their own network, man. But we're in the internet era. We're almost about to be in 2021. People will have footage of you wherever you go. Okay. And 9 times out of 10, unless you are the absolute cream of the crop, you're going to be back behind somebody that's already been there. So you might as well go somewhere where you could get that playing time, so you could get that exposure right out the gate. As long as they have a good head coach and a good system built in.
Right. D-Dubb?
Yo, and real quick, they got to separate and put the correct teams along with each other. They have to do something, because again, you're gonna keep on having the same outcome with the same group of teams, and I'm sure, they could separate teams and put all the real major players in some type of division, some type of conference, and split it up. And the lower tier schools, they should be playing amongst themselves. And even with the lower tier schools, there's some diamond and roughs in those schools. There's a lot of good players in those schools that could play next level, but they're not going to be able to hang with, team wise, not to mess with these other big school teams. So that's what I think they should do, really. And it would fix it. It would help it be a competitive balance, and we'll get some good competitive championship games instead of what we got now.
We need villains, and we need teams to be on top all the time, like the Yankees and the Lakers.
No, we need just good teams. That's it. We need a lot of good teams. That's what we need. We need good teams, and we're not gonna have. I want good competitive teams. How about that? That's what we need.
They're kids. They're no villains. They're kids.
Yeah, they're kids. I don't need the villains, and I don't need that. I ain't looking for it. I'm looking for good. I'm looking for a good college football game on Saturday, and then when after the season's over, I'm looking for a good playoff series and a good championship game. That's it. Not to say that you can't have no blowouts here and there. You going? Of course you have. Of course you are.
What was the last best? What was the last college playoff championship game that was good?
The one Deshaun won, I think, right? Deshaun, when he beat Alabama, I think he came back to win that game.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Which one was that?
Deshaun, when they beat Alabama.
They beat Alabama.
Yeah.
The Clemson team. That was what 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
What's the one with Vince Young was in it too?
Vince Young and USC.
That was
one of my favorites. That was my favorite one.
That was a dope one. Yeah.
But see, it goes back to it's the same. You're not going to find any, and that's back in the BCS era. You're not going to find any teams outside of the Power 5 that are playing for a championship at that level. It's not going to happen. You ain't going to have Central Florida do it because they're going to have a way to keep them out, or your RPI is not strong enough, which means you didn't play enough great competition that year.
And it comes down to what they're saying. They want good TV. They want really good TV. And here's your word. They want storylines.
But
good old Vince McMahon storylines, kid.
You guys understand that from a mathematical perspective, we got more of it coming because these schools are no longer getting money at the door. No one's in the stadiums. So all the money they get now is going to be via advertisements. And how do you get advertisements? People watching on TV. So it gets worse from here. It doesn't get better. Just so we know this. It doesn't get better. It gets worse from here because you don't have any, people in the stadium. Me and Kev talked about that this earlier. We said we could go to pro football, but look, the Panthers, you said 77,000 people, right, Kev?
Yep. That's in Bank of America Stadium.
The lowest amount of a ticket to get in that bitch is $100. We talking $7.7 million every Sunday that they are not getting.
Mm-hmm.
From the 500 section. Shout out to those that used to sell in the 500 section.
So, what happens? How your business is still running. You still got to play payers. You pay players. You still have to do that. You don't have any money coming in. If I'm a player, I'm not taking the pay cut.
Right.
My money. I'm only in this league for 3-4 years. I need my money, dude. Salary cap is going down next year in the NFL. As a correction, a course correction, they say, for what's going on with COVID.
Uh-huh.
It gets worse, fellas. You're going to see more crazy shit happen now because these dudes have got to appease the advertisers.
They got to get creative. They absolutely got to get creative, man.
And the most creative motherfucker out here, Kevin, I'm going to shut up after this, is Mr. COVID. He creative than a motherfucker, B. Because 1 second you think you good, and the next thing you know, your state's red, on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. COVID's creative. That's the one they got to deal with. It ain't the sports chasers. It's COVID.
COVID.
Yeah.
That's true that. That's true that. Yeah, the Staples Center was empty last night for people.
All the arenas. Yeah.
No. Where the Tampa Bay Raptors will be playing at this year. They're letting.
Oh, they're allowing people?
They're allowing people in Hillsborough County in Tampa, Florida. They're allowing 3,000 to 4,000 fans inside the building. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
If they, well, let me shut up. I ain't gonna say nothing.
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very interesting to see, man. Since we're talking about football, but last note on college football, yeah, it's the same teams over and over again. You're selling fools gold to false hopes to those other teams that won't be able to get into
I'm sorry, Notre Dame ain't supposed to be there, so I'm going.
Notre Dame is not supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying? As I use my voice, but they beat Clemson before. Yeah, well,
before when?
Yeah.
What season was that?
Yeah.
Was it this season? Because we just all watched that ass whooping that Clemson gave them. What are they talking about?
Listen,
they talk about
they beat them, but their quarterback wasn't there.
Yeah, they played earlier, Eric.
Yeah, they played earlier this season.
Your quarterback, Lawrence, didn't play.
Yeah,
and four top defenders didn't play. So,
and does anybody even remember the score of that game?
No, they don't, because we all knew it was fool's gold. Because had Lawrence been there, it would have been
my point exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, so you did know the game?
Yeah, that was a setup, B. Come on.
Okay, I'll get right there.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence didn't play.
Yeah, my thing, you shouting, ranting, and raving that you beat a team and wasn't at full. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Well, we're just gonna end on that note. Yeah, Notre Dame shouldn't be there. Ohio State, they played their 7 games. They shouldn't be there. And real quick, Ohio State's guy, their commissioner of the whatchamacallit.
Your brother? Your brother?
Yeah, my namesake, Kevin Warren.
Kevin Warren?
He was beating the drum. We will not be playing this year. And then the Pac-10 said, yo, we playing. SEC. Yo, we playing. Whoever. We playing.
ACC,
and all of a sudden, the Big Ten is like,
No, before that.
What we gonna do? Hey, we're gonna play too.
Before that, Kev, the OJs came in singing that song. Money, 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 money.
Yeah.
Kevin said, whoa, start dancing, and next thing we know, we playing. I don't care if these little get sick or not.
Yo, it's a dirty game, man. It's funny how this is going down, but it's not so funny because the real people that see it and that pay attention, they see what's going on, man. It's a joke.
Yeah, I think too many people see it, just don't say nothing, man.
Yeah, that's another thing too. You're right about that.
They see it and they don't. You're right. Let's move on to the NFL real quick in this last time here with the NFL. NFL just completed their week 15. A lot of things going on with the NFL. Eric just sent a side note, and we're gonna spend like 30 seconds on it. I promise you guys, 30 seconds. Eric, go ahead. That little note that you sent.
What note? What are you talking about?
I'm sorry. That's from D-Dubb. D-Dubb sent the note. D-Dubb, go ahead. You found some findings?
Oh, you talking about Dwayne Haskins there?
Yeah, the Washington football team.
Yeah, Dwayne Haskins, man. Well, he apologized. Ron Rivera stripped him of his captain title, and I think he tried to kill Ron Rivera, to be honest with you. But I can't prove it. So allegedly, yeah, yeah. Because
is Dude gonna start this weekend?
I think he is. I think they don't have no choice in the matter right now because they ain't got nobody.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you he'll get sacked no less than 7 times this week.
Yeah. So Haskins again, man. He's a young player too. So I'm but you got to do better too, man. You got to understand what you're in and what you're involved in, man. This is a team. This is a business. You at work, man. This is what you do. This is your job. So you got to take care of what pays you. And he was. I read today, a little bit of his apology, whatever. It's time. They're gonna move on. But as far as that, Rivera took it very serious and stripped him of his captain's title. So we'll see if he gets it back. And he, I think he has all the talent in the world, but he just got to find a way how to put it all together.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just say this real quick. I was glad to see that the whole cancel culture didn't come out for Dwayne Haskins. I was ready for dude to be
fired,
cut from the team. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Washington football team and Ron Rivera for.
I think they would have if they had somewhere else to go, but they didn't have nobody to go to.
But I don't think Rivera would have went that far. You don't think so? I think Rivera is using this as a tool. Okay, you was given captain duties. This is something serious. This is, you know what I'm saying? We take stuff like this seriously. So we're going to strip you of your duties and we're going to see if you can bounce back from this. This is going to, this will help with his maturity process. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
So shout out to the Washington football team and Ron Rivera for not kicking the dude off the team, man. I was honestly, I was waiting for it.
We'll take it.
Yeah. So, so you got that. What else? What was this, week 15? Week 15.
Week 15 in review.
The Browns are good.
The Browns
are very good.
Yeah, the Browns are very good. The Browns did their thing to the Giants. I say the Giants just didn't have enough offensive power to go ahead and compete, man. They was down in the red zone several times, missed the opportunity. I still think that was a first down for the Giants, but I guess there's another video that showed that was, he didn't make it, but Giants could say wait till next year. And Cleveland Browns, Cleveland Browns is in a good spot right now because they have a chance to play for division title. So,
right.
Baker Mayfield has looked good in the last 3 or 4 games. last three. If I recall, last 3 games he looked
Mhm.
pretty good. So a shout out to him for staying the course, and holding it down.
I like the fact, like you said, man. I like they're going to what they should be doing. Their window's real short though, because you got to pay Baker after this year, next year. And if you're going to have to pay him, then you're not going to have all those guys they have. Like, they got a bunch of nice players on that team, defense and
Right.
offense. So, but I think while you're there, go as hard as you can and see what you can get out of it. So, but
Right.
I think, I like them. I definitely don't think guys should sleep on Lamar, because I kind of like in the NFL playoffs to the March Madness. If you got a good point guard, anything can happen in March Madness. And if you got a running quarterback, anything can happen in the playoffs. So Lamar can take a game over. Like, that's probably one of the few spots where now, at least in the NFL, where one guy can take a game over based upon the fact that he ain't got to throw it, no one catch it. He just take off and I'm out. So
right.
I don't think the Steelers are going to do well because they don't have a running game. I think they're done. Though they had a great season, they got no running game, and they have a big problem next year because Ben is due $43 million next year.
Wow.
So, yeah, $1 million.
Eric, you got something to say on the Cleveland Browns or?
Cleveland is they haven't unraveled. And I was actually waiting. I know I talked a lot of stuff about Cleveland, been on their high horse, but I was waiting for them to unravel at some point during this regular season. Still got another game next week, but they look really, really good. They didn't run the ball particularly well, but Baker was shredding the defense. It's going to be interesting. Pittsburgh got
I was gonna get to that second game,
yeah,
Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, man.
Pittsburgh, I'll wait. I'm getting sidetracked. And on the flip side of that, the New York Giants, even with that lackluster offensive performance, you're still in first place. As crazy as that is, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they playing. Everybody's back in the NFC play. The NFC East play hot potato. Like, you in first place. No, you are in first place. I don't want it. I don't want it. So it's crazy. And quiet as kept. Dallas is how many games out?
They in first place too. 5-5.
They are in first place.
Yeah, Washington is in first place. Actually,
Washington. Okay, I'm sorry. I had it mixed up. Okay.
Washington's in first place, 6-8. Cowboys is 5-9. Giants are 5-9, and Philadelphia is 4-9 and 1. 4-9 and 1.
And even they're still in it to a degree.
Yep.
That is crazy. But
I mean, somebody got to win the division, and Washington plays somebody. Who they play the next week? This coming week, I should say.
Washington.
Oh, Washington has Carolina. Carolina's at Washington this week.
That's a very winnable game for Washington.
Yeah, at home. So
Philly got Dallas. That's going to be interesting. And the Giants is in Baltimore.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of good games. Big Ben and the Steelers, they look like they're regressing a little bit. The Steelers lost their third in a row.
Yeah, and please miss me with Juju Smith-Schuster and his dance moves, please. I don't want.
Well, he's come out and said that he's not going to do that anymore for the benefit of him and his team.
He didn't even have to say that. I mean, what does that have to do with anything?
Well,
somebody tell me. But
I will say that it brings unwanted attention to your team because you seem like you out here shucking and jiving because you in first place, this and that, the third, and people's going to come for you. And he got punched in the mouth, mama, and now he's apologizing for it.
Literally,
it's just bad. It's just bad. It's just bad energy, D. There's no need for you to add anything extra. So,
in the words of this most wise and infamous man that I've been knowing over 25 years, Dorian Albritton. You know what D says sometimes to me since I'm knowing. He said, "I ain't never seen Talk win a game."
Yeah, that's true.
Never seen Dance win a game neither.
You got to play.
You better play in between the lines. That's you on that basketball court, that hockey rink, that baseball diamond, on that football gridiron.
And I'll say this, not to cut you off, I will say this too, because I know people's going to be in the comment section. People probably rolling their eyes, or people can't have fun. And nobody's saying that you can't have fun, but you bring in unwanted attention to yourself when you're in the opponent's stadium dancing on their logo. You're trying to send a message. Let's be clear here, okay? When T.O. tried that mess, when he was with DA's Niners, and he stood on that star in Dallas, and he got knocked the hell off that star, you bring in unwanted attention to yourself.
The reality is, I tell kids all the time, you know what's fucking fun? Winning.
It feels real good.
Yeah. Talking before the game does nothing.
Win.
Absolutely nothing. Yeah, you're right.
Nothing.
Win the game and then dance.
Yeah. Then do the electric shuffle or slide or whatever you want to do. But I know this for a fact. Winning doesn't. Yeah. I mean, talking before any kind of sporting events, or even you can
even in fights.
Yeah.
Life, it doesn't matter.
You can be
expecting action
in the spelling bee. Yo, I bet you can't spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yo, listen, man, I'm all about that action, baby. I'm all about that action.
Yeah, let me go ahead and spell blah, blah, blah. No, just play and just be quiet and let your stuff speak for itself. Just take it from four gentlemen that have lived a little bit of life. Not saying you can't have fun, not saying that you can't talk. But yo, man, when you show up to the stadium, when you show up to the arena, when you show up to the rink, when you show up to the baseball diamond, man, yo, just let your stuff talk for itself, man. That's all we say, man. Just a little food for thought, man. Just a little food for thought, man. The Chiefs. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry, D.
Now I was gonna say the same thing you're about to say. What we see about the rest of the league? Okay.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
I said, what'd you think about the rest of the league this weekend?
Oh no, I was scrolling through that. I think the Giants didn't mess up another offense. I really like the Dolphins, man. The Dolphins are really, really playing well. Their coach down here, man, he's got them humming in all cylinders. Hey, real quick, because it really got to me this week, and I think I asked you guys a question, man. Hey, it was riding this week this morning. I mean, not this morning. Riding this week to work, and I was listening to my man Boone Esiason on WFAM, and they had a caller that called in, and he said he was literally crying because the Jets won a game, and I'm like crying because he's thinking that the Jets lose and they get Trevor.
Call Herman. Call Herman.
We play to win the game.
Yeah, that's it.
Period.
That's it.
I got no more comments on that shit.
Yo. And I'm not holding out. I'm not going to keep on,
For what?
I joke
I
around.
might not be there.
Yeah, I joke around and keep losing. Yeah, because if you're just not that good, yeah, you might need help. But I'm just not going to, listen, you got guys, 52, 53 other guys that's playing for jobs.
Yeah, for next year. So
for next year.
Yeah, they're not going to go out there and not play.
Some Trevor Lawrence. I don't know this kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing ball. I don't know this guy.
And I think personally, Darnold could play. He just needs to be in the right offense. And James Eric is shaking his head. The angry one is shaking his head because James Eric is going to say right after me, this is his second offensive coordinator that he has played under. How do you expect him to progress every time you change the playbook? James, go ahead.
Yo, man, it's just as simple as what you just said, B. Like, yo, man, give Donald a chance. Give him somebody that knows football and let him progress. That is what we all want to see. Whatever the player, whatever position, we just want to see them get their chance and progress under one system. That's all, and that's it. It's just that simple.
So it's safe to say that Adam Gates, and you haven't had that sign up in a while. Adam Gates is not a football. It's not a quarterback guru, right? Because look what Tannehill has did. He went to Tennessee,
Mhm.
and I believe Sam Darnold. If the Jets get the right coach in there and kind of coach and get him right, I think he can whatchamacallit. Now, I also believe DA's his metrics when it comes to a quarterback, man. Yo, man, you got to play DA. What's the number? What's that
30
number?
games. You got to start 30 games in college, man. You know, you got to start 30 games in college.
Start 30 games, man, so you can.
And the thing is, right, like, so I like Sam Darnold, right? But I still don't know if he's that dude. And I understand where you're coming from, me, that he needs to be like a plant. You know, he needs to be nurtured to get to where he needs to go. Two things. Unfortunately, in New York, Jet fans especially, they've never given anyone a chance.
Nope.
So what happens is that at some point in time, even through his development, you know, if it's not Brett Favre coming in, everybody got a freaking problem with it, you know?
Oh, Joe
and
Nick.
It hurts, you know, it's hard to hear boos as a young kid trying to do your thing.
Right.
You gotta be a real strong dude, man. Like my man in with the Raiders, Carr, I got a lot of love for him, man, because he probably learned it from his older brother that got crucified. But the reality is that he took those boos though with the Raiders for years. To now he's rocking. You know, he took those boos though. You know, he got the Bronx cheer way out there in Los Angeles for a long time. So, you know, I understand that part of it, man. But I did hear something today, and I forgot who it was that said it. They were talking about the Jets. It was like, yo, real talk. The Jets shouldn't go out there to get a quarterback guru for this dude. They need to get a good football coach.
Yeah,
I agree.
Right? That can,
absolutely,
because you want to grow the whole team. So it makes no sense making this dude Dan Marino and no one else can play football. You know, so the reality is, you know, hopefully they'll be able to pull a coach in that can, you know, be a real football coach and coach the whole team and hire a guy for Darnold. And, you know, like the dude said today on Get Up, the fans, who we are the protectors of. But they said seriously this morning, like, yo, players don't give a fuck about what the fans think when it comes to that. Like,
no.
What we, you know, we want y'all to lose. So the players don't care because
players don't care. No.
They got contracts to get, they got tuition to pay, they got this,
Absolutely.
they got houses, they got other things they have to think about before they think about losing the game so we can get Trevor Lawrence. But it just shows you how selfish individuals on this planet are. As Eric would say, the humans on this planet are. You know, to say stupid asinine shit like that. Like
the humans.
You don't play a high school game to lose. I used to get mad at the high school games if we lost. You know, so I mean, like my mother be like, yo, you ain't gonna talk yet? It's Sunday. You got nothing to say? Got nothing to say, Mom.
Now,
shout out to Mama.
I was a proponent of just keep losing because I'm sick of just this bad product. So I mean, God knows. But if you're trying to win and you put forth effort, I have no problem with that. It's just that. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying we gotta stop giving these GMs and presidents and these billionaires what's that show? Giving them a pass for them not doing their fucking jobs. Because there are other executives in the league that can somehow or another win and still draft good players.
True.
That's true. That is true. Hey, real quick, let me move on to a couple of points before we end here for the night. Hey, who was better for one another? Was Cam good for the Patriots or the Patriots good for Cam, or did it matter?
Can I start?
Go ahead, D.
I heard this lady on ESPN with her husband. I don't know who they are. But anyway, she was saying about she was talking about Cam.
Mia Kimes.
Was that her and her husband? She got a husband. They was doing Zubin and Keyshawn this morning. They've been doing it this week. I don't know her name, but she was talking about Cam and how good Cam was. He was the model citizen here and with the Patriots. And I'm like, Cam wasn't a bad guy with Carolina. He wasn't. He didn't have no issues. But the only thing you want to talk about was his way of dress. But he wasn't a bad guy when he was with Carolina.
Not that I know of.
Not that I know, right? So, but what I can say about Cam is that me looking at him, he looks like he's exhausted trying to throw the ball to a receiver. I seen him this week, and him trying to throw the ball. It still seems to me, D, that his shoulder is still. If he's honest with himself, I don't think he's 100.
Yeah, and the dude, he also did say though, COVID hit him different. He said he still be.
And that's another thing. That's another thing. He may not be the same dude because he caught COVID. I don't know to what degree that he
make that nigga tight end.
Yeah, I mean you could if he has the hand abilities, to catch it and stuff like that.
Is this the one and done for between Cam and New England?
1 second, yes. I think it's done for. I think is he done at New England?
Is this a one and done with Cam in New England?
Absolutely.
DA?
Oh hell yeah! A lot of teams give him a job. He just didn't get a job because there was no damn camp last year. There was no preseason last year.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because he would have had a job.
Yeah. So. Absolutely, man.
I think he's still a serviceable quarterback, and he probably could get it done with somebody. If somebody's got to be a visionary, then figure out how to use him and use him properly.
And to add on to that, I need Cam to get all the way healthy. I know that COVID is hitting people left and right in different ways. Some people, their breathing still ain't right.
Right.
And all this other stuff. Some people ain't walking. It just I've heard some stories. But and also too, fellas, I need Cam and his agent to figure out what's a good fit for him. At this stage of the game, you're not a guy that is still, trying to figure yourself out. You're not a 4 or 5 year guy. You're a 10, 11-year guy now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're the guy who should be sitting back really and say, okay, well, these handful of teams are the ones that I'm expecting offers from, or that I will entertain offers from because of the way that their team is built. Okay. If you don't have a good one offensive line and either a strong run game or receivers that can get open,
he's to have that.
I wouldn't be surprised. Call me crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see him in Washington. I'm just saying.
Wow,
well, I can see that. The funny thing to me, and that's great. I agree.
That's a good spot right there. That's
Yeah.
Because he can run the ball.
To get him a running ball, yeah.
Yeah, if he run the ball and have a good defense, that's what he had when he with Carolina went to the Super Bowl. So.
Yeah, and Cam is only 31 years old.
He's not Phillip Rivers here, folks. You know what I'm saying? It may seem like he's been here a while, but
But the one thing that that only thing I can push back on is this: because football players' contracts are not guaranteed. When he got to the end of his deal at Carolina, when he's supposed to get his real money, they cut him. So I don't know. This is why dudes take these gigs, because they're like, yo, I don't, as crazy as it may sound, we may not believe it because we're not in their shoes. But dude's like, yo, man, I need this paper. I needed the $1 million he got this year. He might have been able to say, yo, I needed that $1 million. You know what I'm saying? I got maybe need a new pair of shoes, Right. Because at the end of the contract, they don't pay you in football.
No.
So if you get a 5-year deal and you get paid money for the first 3 years, in the last 2 years, they're supposed to give you that back end $15 million a season. That's when they cut you. You know?
Oh, 100.
That's when your ID don't work at the building no more.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
True.
That's funny.
Some of my ID, dog.
You
I will-
your wallet on the shit like, damn, what the fuck?
I will say too, on top of that though, I think too, the move to New England, even though that was his last, offer or whatever. It was also too, I think it was more so, yes, and of course it's always going to be for the money, but it's also too to prove, you know what I'm saying? Cam has a very strong chip on his shoulder. That exit from Carolina really, really bothered him, is well documented. And he wanted to show everybody what he can do. And I think, like DA said, Darrell said, when the COVID hit, man, it's just, and I don't even remember, what was that week?
It was
4 or 5, something like
early.
that.
Yeah, it was early.
Yeah, and he hasn't been right since. And I guess it hit the receivers because the receivers ain't, I don't know, man.
They didn't have much of a team to begin with, but with that hitting, things is kind of bad. But to that, all that being said, I think from the PR relationship side, Cam looks like a superstar because he went into a hard place to play where players all say, oh man, playing up there is like being in jail. He did it. He smiled the whole time, did all his interviews, everything he's supposed to do. So I think leaving that of there, if dudes had some, I guess, attitude things to think about with Cam, they no longer have those things to think about no more.
But you see how perception is, and I don't know what Mia Khan said this day. I don't even know if it was her.
Yeah, me either. Yeah.
It was, but that's kind of she needs to do a little fact checking before, because Cam, like you said, Cam wasn't a problem in Carolina.
Hey, Kev, we don't know what they say behind the cameras that we don't know. All those insiders, they know so much. So, why don't you share it with me?
Whatever, man. It's
that great old journalism.
Yeah.
Ain't no telling,
Okay, before we get up out of here, shout out to the Buffalo Bills for winning the AFC East championship.
Yep.
Yeah.
Finally, somebody other than the New England Patriots, who had dominated for almost 2 decades, winning the AFC championship, which is and kudos to Bill Belichick, to that New England organization, man, because that has never, I don't think that has been done, has that, to my recollection.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. So shout out to them, Buffalo. They look good. 11-3. Josh Allen. Yeah.
And you can hold on right there with Josh Allen. You see what happened?
See him grow
when he let him grow, let him mature, let him play underneath the system. He has some bumps, and this is what I'm saying about earlier. I think people look at us with 5 heads when they say, "Oh, the sports chasers." What do they talk about? Hey, you draft the quarterback, you let him play. No, it wasn't like that before. It was developing a person and let him take his lumps and bumps and his bruises, and you have to keep the coaching consistent so the players can grow, quarterback and defense and all alike, man.
And make moves to get other players. Man.
I was just about to say that.
Because that Diggs thing is big.
Absolutely.
Big. Like Stephon Diggs having a Pro Bowl year.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
I don't know. Good catch on that one, D.
And they're not paying him anything. He gets paid cigarettes and chicken, just so you know.
Yep.
So,
and before we move off of Buffalo, Josh Allen should be in the MVP conversation.
Yeah, I think he should be.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
I think so. You're absolutely right.
Is that cigarettes menthol 100s?
Yeah.
No filters.
No filters, good.
Nah, no filters.
Real quick, 30 seconds. Jalen Hurts, Carson Wentz. What y'all think? D-Dubb.
Jalen Hurts got the job. Carson Wentz, pack your bags. You don't want to be there, and you're not a backup.
The coach is afraid to make a decision. Peterson has not said that he's going to have a starting job for the rest of the year, but
it's possible that he might be gone for. We know. I mean,
All right.
We'll see. We'll wait and see.
E.
It's a wrap. Just like I feel like James Harden is done in Houston. Carson Wentz is done in Philly. And man, yeah, that's all I got. I'm not even gonna spend no time on this, man. We see how the team is energized now. You know what I'm saying? The team. Let me tell you something, man. Sometimes, people say the locker room, they don't say nothing, this and that. All you have to do sometimes is look at the other players play when they're with Exhibit A and when they're with Exhibit B, and that's all you need to see sometimes.
That's all you need to see. That's all you need to see. Where did DA go?
I'm not talking about that shit.
Okay. Carson Wentz, he's not.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's not talking about. All right. Hey, 1 minute. Anybody remembers where? We'll talk about this real quick. About any favorite Christmas sports memories you guys have?
Kev, you asked that earlier, and I was like, I had to rack my brain trying to figure out. I'm like, I can't really recall, and maybe one of y'all can to kind of jog my memory here. But
I will have to do some research, man, because see, one thing about me is very seldomly do I connect a game with a certain holiday or anything like that. I have the game as its own event. What happened at that game is its own event. You know what I'm saying? So,
and it's really got to be significant. It's really got to be something like.
Yeah, it has to be something major for me to remember it on that day. So I can't
say on the air that, Kev, that was a stupid question, and it's okay.
No. It's a good talking point, but I just can't.
Like, because like you said, you'll say something like maybe Thanksgiving. I associate Thanksgiving, Leon Lett. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The Dolphins beating the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day on snow. In the snow. See that you connect. Yeah. I don't connect with nothing on Christmas. It could be because I work a lot of Christmases and.
Oh, I know what it is. Which sport plays on Christmas Day?
Yeah, NBA. So.
Go ahead and
defense.
Go ahead, DA.
Every time I see the Knicks, they getting blown out. I mean, on Christmas Day.
Knicks lost by 7 tonight, though, man. Good effort tonight.
Good effort.
Yeah, I never crazy. Like I never attributed any sports on TV to Christmas because around my way, Christmas we outside playing ball. Everybody come downstairs. So like
show your new stuff off.
And now we just go like we go across the street from Yankee Stadium, have a football game, early,
Shout out to McCoon's Dam Park.
Yeah, it got to a point where like, the few older dudes around the way would drive us over so we could go ball. It'd be 2 teams and we play, tackle football.
That's right.
No equipment, and every year it was just fun. So it's dudes that's no longer here, some dudes that are still here, man. And to the bumps and bruises, I red cup for my dudes. And it was fun. It was fun. We had fun. We had a lot of fun, man. Yeah. And that was before, when New York only had like 5 channels. So, really like we was trying to watch that because if your mom's watched something else, you wasn't watching no NBA. So
yeah. But NBA wasn't even on the TV, man.
Yeah, they wasn't even thought of back then. When the money started coming in, though. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
DA brought some memories back. You're right, DA. Probably, it was snowing or whatever, and you go outside, it was cold up in New York, and you play some football. You toss some football around. Hey, what new thing you got or whatever? And I think me and D-Dubb was talking about that electronic football.
Quarterback. That was it.
The thing.
Yo, that was the joy. That was your football for me.
Yo, that was your Madden back then.
Hey, yo, real quick. Since y'all touched on that, real quick, man. Somebody, I think it was a couple of years ago, and man, one of my little cousins, his daddy had got that for him. Like, yeah, man, he was bragging on, this is what we used to play back in the day. And they cut it on, and I was like, Yo, man, we was so simple back in the day, man. We really like you said, we went crazy off of stuff like that. And to see where it's at now with Madden. Well, we ain't gonna talk about Madden.
Ladies and gentlemen, real quick, in the next coming year, we're gonna have our segment where we just dedicate to sports entertainment when it comes to video games. And this man right here, James Eric, the angry one, he has a lot to say about it. But carry on, sir.
Real quick, E. Before I don't want you to get. Giannis is cooking right now, man. He just bought this team. I'm just looking up, and Giannis is he's showing you why. He's showing you why he was the MVP.
We can't broadcast the game, guys.
The show's down. Oh, okay.
Yeah, show's down. So you're gonna talk after the fact. Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
Giannis was cooking. Okay.
Yeah. No, he's cooking. No, he's not. He's cooking. Go ahead.
So you got his apron on right now.
Yeah. All right.
He's got his apron on right now. Hey, go ahead, man. We interrupt you, brother.
No. I was just gonna say, man, it's just crazy how, because I looked at it like this thing looks so stupid. The thing is just buzzing and the pieces is just popping up and it's just vibrating or whatever, man. But that's what we enjoyed back then, man. You know what I'm saying?
The thing we had.
And I think I don't know, I was talking to Kevin D or whatever. Yo, man, it's crazy how, and this is not a sports thing. This is just general life in general. It's crazy how for some people, if you really sit back and kept it a buck, most people had more enjoyment when they had less money, it's less stress. And it seemed like back in the day when you so carefree and this and that, the third, you didn't have a care in the world. It was some of the best times of your life. You know what I'm saying? That's just my take.
Listen, E. People run around when their babies are 1 year old, 2 years old, buying hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of shit for them. And the fucking baby wants to play with the box. Think about it.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. So.
That's a cold fact right there.
100%.
So I tell youngsters now, don't spend your money. Buy some boxes. Go to U-Haul. Baby be happy as fuck.
Yeah, it's like a dog. It's like a dog. You buy them toys and they like the plastic bottle.
There you go. So, listen, sometimes the simpler is better. That's all.
You don't tell me what to buy my baby.
You're right. You're right, sir.
You're right. When you in debt by the age when that baby turned 5, don't say nothing.
Yeah, you're right.
Heard it here first.
I can't tell you what to say about your baby.
Because little man wearing baby Timberlands and all your fucking conversation.
Yeah.
Man, we're about to get out of here. Shout out to Michael, man. Hey, Michael using all his PTO days.
Yeah, PTO
Mills.
Killer.
Mike Mills, yo, we miss you, dog. We miss you, man. We miss you a lot, dog. Internet Mike. We could be found on Twitter at Sports Chasers Podcast at twitter.com. We also be found on Facebook Sports Chasers Podcast .com. We also can be found on our own YouTube channel, which this thing will go up on tonight at Sports Chasers Podcast at YouTube. You can also find some of us on there if you want to engage with us. Please like, share, and hit that.
Don't like.
Or don't whatever. Like. Yeah, thumbs down, thumbs up. We like to engage with every and anybody, man. If you don't like what we said or you want to give us a shout out, kudos, yo, we appreciate all the love, man. Critique, whatever, man. Yo, we will not apologize for being defenders of the fans because that's what we are.
That's right.
No doubt.
And that's what we do, man. Another real nugget real quick. Hey, the Mets got their new owner, and he looks like he's just going on Twitter every day promising what he's going to do. I don't know if y'all seen that.
Whatever. I next. I believe it when I see it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even non-story.
I don't even know why you brought that up.
Yeah, I'm not.
It was
comment.
It was on my things to do, man.
I went 30 years of life without knowing who anybody fucking owner was. So now that we know who owns teams,
sir, that would be governor.
There you go.
Whatever.
Indeed.
Good night, folks.
Indeed. Yo, real quick question before we bounce.
Yeah.
Don't answer now. Is Jason Tatum a star or a superstar?
Star.
Star.
Yeah. Okay.
And please go on the YouTube, go on this video later on tonight when it's posted and comment, because I know a lot of people's probably rolling their eyes up there in Boston. Yo, man, let's have some dialogue about this, man. The dude is a star. He's not a superstar.
He's star.
I do like him though.
Yeah, he's nice. Kid is nice, but he ain't there yet.
Dude is not. He ain't there yet. He's the trajectory is going up, but I would say that, but he got that stage, when the stage is there, he's got to go get it. He's got to go seize it, and once he does that, I'll put him over. But he got all the talent too.
I honestly think that Jason Tatum will be a superstar when he moves from Boston. I just don't like that fit. I don't think he will ever be a superstar in Boston. I think he will have to go somewhere else. That's just my take.
So you think he won't take an extension in Boston?
Oh, he going to stand tall at the ATM.
Okay.
But he's going to get superstar money, but I don't think he's going to be superstar as to where we think superstar.
Box office.
Yeah.
He said, yo, son, I'm at this ATM getting it, baby.
Oh yeah. He's going to make sure that card works.
It's validated and everything, right?
Yes, sir.
Give you the 3 numbers. I give you the 3 numbers off the back.
3 numbers off the back.
Oh man, 3 numbers off the back. I think that's the
title.
That's the title. 3 numbers off the back. Before we get out of here, real quick, D-Dubb, last party shots. What you got for us, brother?
Really got. Yo, Merry Christmas, man. Yo, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Probably won't see y'all or hear from us till
we'll
after
all
the New Year.
Those next week.
But happy, be safe out there. Wear the mask. Yo, they got another strand. I heard a third strand, a different, man. Yo, just be safe out here, man. Stay your distance away from people. I know it's hard, but you got to do. If you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you're stupid. So. That's all I got for you.
Why don't we just listen? That's all I got to say.
People not disciplined, man. We talked about this, but go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm jumping on you.
No, I'm good. That's all I had to say. Just listen.
Just listen. E?
As always, man, great podcast, great show. People, love your fellow man, your fellow woman, your kids. Yo, man, show somebody some love, man. They may need it, man. They may need it in these times. You know what I'm saying? And very, very, very important. Please, 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 all you earthlings out there, you humans, you flesh creatures, please do your research and fact check. That is all.
All I got for you is a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that stuff. Like I said, we won't be on next week. We'll come back here in the New Year, stronger than ever. And hey, just take care of yourself, take care of your beings, man. Shout out to those that are, going through anything this today, whatever. Just love on your loved ones, man. You never know what life can bring you. And just tell your people you love them, man. You know what I'm saying? Tell them, yo, I love you, dude. I love you. Whoever. Just tell me you love them, man. Hold them tight, especially during this time of year, man. That's all I got, man, when it comes to sports. Like I said, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's, man. So on behalf of myself, Mike Mills in his absence.
Billy.
Internet Mike. D-Dubb. James the Angry One, and DA. I'm Kevin L1. I'm your host and your moderator. This is the Sports Chasers Podcast. Yo, we out. We see y'all in the next.
Peace. Come on.